Good morning, John, and welcome to Portsmouth. I'm sure there are a lot of darts fans who maybe didn't expect to see you here at the start of 2023, but we're happy to see you. How are you?
Very well. Game's in a good place. Unfortunately, I lost my tour card, but it is what it is. But now when you lose your tour card, we've got all these opportunities now, so it's good that we can. Obviously, I've just come back for the Challenge Tour, which is an endurance test in its own. But no, I've got this week. It's good practice for me. Obviously, this is the start of me trying to get my tour card back, so hopefully I'll have a good week and we'll push on from here.
Is this an opportunity for you to experiment as well, to try and find something else that works to maybe vault you back up to where you want to be?
Aye, definitely, because I've actually got new equipment. I've spoke to Red Dragon. We've got new darts now, so I played with them at the weekend. So I'm kind of persevering with them. So they went well at the weekend. It was a good start, and I'm using this as good practice because the standard. I've watched it on the telly, and the standard is great. So I'm going to use this as very good practice, and let's hopefully I can do myself justice and do well in it.
Without further ado, good luck, John. Have a great week.
Cheers, Paul.
Mona Rees, 2022 was a big year for you, winning the British Open. Now 2023 is starting. What are the goals when you start your Modus Super Series for the year as well?
Just play my game, try and do well as good as I can, ready for all the challenge tours and the development tours. And obviously I'm happy to be back here again. And then obviously Lakeside in December, so yeah.
When you were here last, you had some really good performances, and a lot of people fancied you to win that week. Right. And I think there'll be a lot of attention on some other players in this group. Yeah. Can you float under the radar just a little bit today?
Well, yeah, like everyone who comes to Modus can play darts, so obviously John Henson's quality. We all know what he's done in darts, and he's like I say, everyone can go there and average 100, some of us can average over 100. So, but yeah, we can all play darts, so we'll go from there.
Well, define how your career kicks on as he gets a lovely 19-dart hold himself.
Require 80.
Henderson to take us all the way to leg 7. Needs double 10.
That is game shot and the sick flag.
And he will have the darts in leg 7.
40.
What a guide.
Game,
and
shot,
what a result.
And a match. Rees Colley.
When he looked at the fixture sheet this morning, welcome back to the Modus Super Series. And Group A is a bit of a different challenge for you now, isn't it? Because you have played night sessions. But how do you feel about early mornings?
I think I feel the same as everyone else about early mornings. It's early. Just come in, we try to prepare as best we can. So you try to get ahead of yourself. So we've come in, we've thrown, adjust to the climate in here and then see what happens.
How are you feeling about your form at the start of the year? Because you've been playing a lot of stuff away from the Modus Super Series. You must be feeling good about your local stuff that you've been playing.
Yeah, like my form hit a peak. That's why I'm here. I started playing well enough to be invited to play in the Modus Super Series. And it's trying to maintain that and just go that little bit more than, like you just said, I'm used to on a local season. I think there's more to be played and there's more in my game. It's just literally trying to consistently bring it to this board.
Well, that for me says everything. So we're going to allow you to get some practice now. So have a fantastic week, and I hope you have a fantastic experience here in week 12.
Thank you, Bill.
Good morning, Niall, and welcome back to the Modus Super Series.
Morning, how are you?
Really, really happy to come back. You've had some good success in Southampton, but it's a little bit different now, isn't it?
Yeah, I was here back a few months ago before Christmas there and loved it. Obviously, Southampton was a good setup and all that, but this is brilliant. Absolutely love the stage setup and everything. It's something to look forward to. You can't miss it.
You've played quite a lot of darts at the start of this year with Q School and the Challenge Tour over the last few days. How are you feeling about your form at the minute?
I'm actually feeling very good. When I was here a few months ago, I was coming back, and when I done an interview, I was saying I was coming in not knowing what form I was in, and it was from that day, and I came off that, getting back on the board, getting into Killarney, got to the quarter-final of the main one in Killarney, and just kept playing and playing and playing as much as I could, trying to get myself in match practice, then form to get in for Q School, and then obviously having to play the Challenge Tour then. So
it's a tough group that you have, but you have won a Group A before, so you know the complexities of winning over the course of 3 days. That must give you confidence.
Yeah, being there and having done that is a good thing to know what way it is to expect and that. But so I do feel at the moment I actually am nearly getting back to my good form where I should be. Darts are going well for me and I'm just feeling very confident.
Fantastic. Have a great week, Niall. All the best.
Cheers, thanks very much.
But this is for a breaker throw.
That is game shot and the
start.
second
So
leg.
another 16. And it might not be continuing for much longer.
Game shot.
Wonderfully done.
And the match.
And Danny Smith. Well,
And it might not be continuing for much longer.
Game shot.
wonderfully done.
And the match.
And Danny Smith. Well, Mona Richard, this is home territory for you. So obviously 2022 didn't go your way. How are you feeling ahead of your 2023 challenge?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. 2022, you know, to the back end of that, I started taking a lot of time out, just getting stressed, not enjoying darts. It was, the standards getting ridiculous, and I wasn't up to the task at the time. You know, I'd suffered some really bad defeats on like the tour and stuff, you know. Getting to number 32 in the world was a dream, but then it was like synced really quickly, and I just wasn't playing well. I had a lot of family issues. I had so much stuff going on in my life, but now I've just started enjoying it again. I'm going back to Super League. I've got a few little opens here and there, and I'm winning. So, you know, I beat Andy Jenkins a couple of weeks ago with 100 and something average. So, yeah, I'm feeling good again. And I get people come back up to me saying, wow, Northie, it's good to see the old Northie. And I'm enjoying it again. So 2023 is going to be good.
Well, one thing we want to see this week is the old Northie, but maybe the new old Northie. So all the very best to you. We know we've got a big challenge ahead of you, so we'll let you go and get some practice.
Yeah, thank you very much.
A very happy Monday morning to Lee Budgen. Lee, welcome. And how are you feeling against this challenge up against you this week?
I feel pretty good. I've been practicing well. Been playing the Q school. Just missed the challenge talk, so I was a bit ill, but been practicing well. Feel good, and I'm up for it. See what happens.
What do you think about the arena? You were just talking to me off the air just now about how this place is pretty incredible. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I walked in, and I mean, I've been watching it online, so I'm happy just to be here, to be honest with you. It looks fantastic. And now I'm up for it.
Do you feel like there's more pressure on some other players in this group and maybe the other groups in the week, and you could maybe float under the radar a little bit, maybe for the first couple of days?
Yeah, I think so. I was looking at the group, and I think I'm probably the outsider. Not many people know me, so I feel like it's a bit of a free roll for me, really. The pressure's on them.
Do you get the feeling that people might know a little bit more about you by the end of the week?
I hope so. If I start playing well, maybe. Try, you know, upset a few people.
Fantastic.
Maybe.
Well, have a great week.
Thank you. Cheers.
And then the corner of the low
96.
one. Just because when the dart's in the hand,
Richard,
he's
you
actually
require
pointing the dart
136.
down. So it's just going to flicker a little bit in the air.
Yeah, there's a bit of a hand crunch there. This is a really interesting play. Oh, I like it. Hey, he
Game
loves
shot
it.
and the first leg.
That is a
Richard
route
North.
that doesn't get used often enough.
You've got to fancy that. Is a good lie there for Richard North, but
That is game shot
second one
and the
could have been
third
actually.
leg.
Into his
Richard, you
second
require
game of the day,
40.
which will be against a somewhat wounded Niall Culleton.
Game
It's in the
shot
corner, and
and the
nobody's
match.
going to save
Richard
that one.
North.
That's a 5. If
Richard
the
requires
game goes
60.
your way in the right spots. It's like Michael Van Gerwen says, do the right things at the right time. The right time is tops,
Game
and it's
shot
right now.
and the second leg.
Perfectly
Reece
done by
Colley.
RC. That's a single 3. So he's got double 11. He won't mind as long as he hits it. And he
Game
does.
shot and the fourth leg.
That brings up
Reece
a really
Colley.
interesting thing that's happened to me in my life. It
Game
was the
shot
last chance.
and the match.
Danny Smith
Danny
is
Smith.
the first person.
Like with that dart we said last time where the shoulders
That
come
is
up,
game
he
shot
thought the
and the
wrist had come
second
up and
leg. John Henderson.
dropped that one.
John, you require
Just
111.
for a second there, your heart was in your mouth because it was so close to the treble 9. Endo's going for the Nelson on tops. Oh,
Game
right in the
shot
corner.
and the
Can he? To get within 1.
game shot
There it
and the
is.
fifth leg.
22
Lee
darts is good
Budgen.
enough to take that leg. And John will not be happy with his level of...
Nice one just down the middle for a right-handed player.
Game
Just get
shot
that one right
and the
and in
match.
it goes. John Henderson gets his first victory of his Modus.
That's game
There it
shot
is,
and the
1-1.
second leg.
Very good
Richard
leg
North.
from Richard North.
Leg. Double 18.
Game shot and the sixth leg. Richard North.
And that is a holder throw for Richard North, so we will go to a deciding leg when
The line. He may have his pocket picked on the bull. So he does come back.
44. Now you require 10.
Hit this and it will be a big sigh of relief. And there
That's
it is.
game
A
shot. And
huge
the
sigh
match.
of relief for
Niall
Culleton.
Culleton.
This is uncharted
Lee
territory
require
for Budgen.
24.
On this hockey at least.
Game
But
shot
he's starting to
and
run
the
with that
second leg.
confidence.
Lee Budgen.
And he's got his lead.
Reach require 98.
This is not going to be laughing if he misses double 19. But
That's
he
game
doesn't. That's a
shot and the
world-class
third
out
leg.
from Chaos.
Reese Colley.
Maximums in this game, that's the
80.
fifth.
Lee require 40.
Does it matter at all? Double 5 again. And it's his
Game,
first
shot,
win
and
at the
match.
Modus Super Series.
Lee
Budgen
Budgen.
just got the better start and was able to fend Reese Colley off for that 4-2 victory.
47.
well, to get us back where we began. Is it Danny Smith back on throw?
That's game shot and the fourth leg. Danny
So
Smith.
polished.
Familiar.
Richard
He hit
you
this
require
earlier in the match.
35.
So it will be a single 3 first. Spares my blushes. Can he spare his own?
That's
That's a
game
beautiful
shot
4-2
and the
victory
match.
for Richard North again.
36. Now we require 4.
What a lie. It's even better now.
That's game
And that's
shot and
why
the third leg.
He can
Niall
sneak them
Culleton.
over the top just like that and use those darts as a build. Can Niall sell double 10?
That's game
Nope.
shot
He finds
and the
fives
fourth
and a
leg.
3-1 lead.
Niall
Hendo
Culleton.
not getting what he wants. And so far today, his dot too late. Yes,
Game,
he does.
shot,
And Culleton
and the
gets the
match.
win
Niall
by 4
Culleton.
legs to 2. You can see what I'm saying there when the camera is pointing towards the player. It's almost as if the core
That's game
muscles
shot and the
go
first
to the
leg.
front.
Lee Budgen. 22.
I really thought he was going to
Danny
get that.
require
After
146.
taking a 140 earlier.
That was the first start. He's missed a double in this one, but you say he took the
Game
140.
shot
He's now
and
the
the third
146
leg.
hit back
Danny
again at the ball, and you
59.
see what he thinks of it. He
Lee
thought that was a
require
long way
10.
off.
That was a bit more desperate from Danny.
That's game shot.
And it was
and the
desperate
match.
because he's lost
Lee
the match by 4
Budgen.
legs to 1.
Been staying there if I was Niall.
That is game
But
shot and the
sticks to his
second leg.
process,
Reese Colley.
sticks to what he believes in. Just didn't pay off for him on that occasion.
So you have to get used to disappointment. And it's how you roll with that and how you soak it up and manifest it in a positive way. That's how your career is going to be defined. Culleton's going for double 4.
That is game
And he
shot
takes the
and
lead.
the fifth leg.
And that's
Niall
a 12
Culleton.
darter as well.
With a
Now you require
170
20.
finish.
Right on the wire. And
Game
then
shot.
in for
And the
Culleton
match.
to steal a
Niall
win against Reese
Culleton.
Colley. He was 2-0 behind. It's going to be tops.
Game
Oh,
shot
it's
and
right
the
in the
third
corner.
leg.
That's not
John
the first time he's done
Henderson.
that today. He's hit the bottom right corner. Had there not been a flight in the way. It proved to be the right decision, but he just couldn't execute it. As for Hendo, he
Game,
does
shot,
execute it, and that's
and
a
the
4-1
match.
victory.
John Henderson.
And that makes his position in the table feel a lot more comfortable. That now gets him to 4 points, and that puts Reese Colley at the basement of the table. He's the sole player, now on 2. That's John's best performance of the day, and that will make him feel... He did change his
40.
rhythm and his pace earlier
Lee
in
require 32.
this campaign, and it started to work, but I get
That's
the feeling
game
it's not
shot and
working
the
at all
second
now.
leg. Lee Budgen.
Lee backs up the break of throw with a 13-dart hold, and he looks so comfortable playing in this 5th game.
Third.
And he
Now
might
you require
just need this to
157.
take us the distance. He might just take it. Double top.
Game shot
where's that
and the
come
sixth
from?
leg. Niall
That's a
Culleton.
monstrous out. And there's 19 between them in the averages, but now they're level.
40.
Brilliant darts there from Lee
Niall, you
Budgen. There's the
require
first
68.
stage. But if he's going to go shot that 72, he needs Niall Culleton to miss.
He doesn't miss.
Shot. And the
what
match.
has
Niall
he done
Culleton.
in that game to defy a 98 average from his opponent? And now Lee Budgen, he joined it.
167.
Could well be the same for Hendo. Great first start for Danny. Second dart isn't too bad.
That is
And the
game
third
shot
is
and the
perfect as
second
well.
leg.
A 167 out. Well, that's a rangefinder.
That's game shot
Well,
and the
he
fourth
points
leg.
to the
Again, I've put down
Danny,
to
you
tired
require
darts.
52.
Is this now the end of a long day for John Henderson?
Could well be, and
Game,
is.
shot,
Danny Smith
and the
gets the
match.
4-2
Danny
win against
Smith.
Hendo. And John will... And if I remember rightly, I think the winner got 24. So, what are you going to go for this week in Group A? I'm going to say 20.
96. Risha require 25.
I was thinking 20, but I'm going to go 22.
That is
Speaking
game
of two,
shot and
Rhys
the
Colley's
second
got
leg.
two.
Taking out the 5.
That was a nice positive single. And
That
how
is
many
game
times
shot and
today
the
has he hit
fourth
double
leg.
2?
Rhys Colley.
He's been really good at it as well. I don't remember him going for double 1 that much. Oh, look, it's double 2 again.
Game.
Twos never
shot,
lose.
And the match to
And he
Rhys
doesn't
Colley.
lose. He wins by 4 legs to 1.
Niall Culleton, the man at the top, but Danny Smith, 6 points, 3 wins, and perhaps some of the best bits we've seen today in terms of averages and performances have come from him.